howdy, Joseph.
Hi, hello, how are you?
We heard the news,
We're quite enthused.
and the only thing to do
What should we do?
is strum this guitar
And sing to the stars.
and serenade you.
You survived, and that's true. I thought I'd send a little wish to you.
That is some mighty fine fiddling. But hey, let's pick it up.
All right.
That's more like it. Yeehaw!
Play it for Joseph.
All right, now where were we? Okay, you're still standing, and that's pretty great.
Joseph.
You know what? You kicked his butt. It's time to celebrate.
Joseph.
Virgil jingle jangle.
It's time to do-si-do.
So grab yourself a partner and let's see go.
Cause it's a
Jingle jangle here and a jingle jangle there. A jingle jangle inspiration everywhere. A jingle jangle here and a jingle jangle there.
a jingle jangle inspiration everywhere.
All right. That's how you celebrate.
Hey, listen up, y'all. I'm gonna shout out this young gun right here because he's trying to do his thing. Joseph JAFFE, not famous. Probably rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm famous because, he not famous. And he like, yo, let me call my famous friends and see if they'll shout me out and make me more famous, sir. Right? But so, Joseph JAFFE, man, it's cool. You got your late night talk show popping off. That's what's dope. Streaming, been doing your thing, man. Started this in March of the 2020, which is, tough throughout the years, but booking great guests, man. Jamal Mashboard, James Rollins, steady building it, man. Keep it popping off, man. Keep building your brand, man. Believe in yourself. Keep going hard, all right? That's what it's all about. One of these days, this little acronym of yours, not famous, is not going to be true. People going to see you in the mall and be like, I know who you is. Them going to be your cousins saying it all incorrect like that. But you know what I'm saying? You know what you going to do. What you going to do? They family. All right, bro. I'll holler.
A spring in your step. There is a twinkle in your eye.
I can throw a rhyme down for you real quick. Yes, they call me Thrill. They say that I'm the man. You disagree? How could you? Let me make you understand.
Should we bring her on the show? Can anybody find me? And there she is.
Fresh as some bread. Pull right from the oven. When you feel rejected, you get some like a loving.
Take on me.
She looks wonderful. Mom looks amazing.
Somebody to. Okay, more bugger off now. I've got to show it to you. Love.
Like that?
Joseph JAFFE, ladies and gentlemen.
You just made the new intro of the show. Yes, yes, yes. Famous guests. None more famous than Hashlips himself. We're going to get to him in just a moment. I want to welcome the entire family of the Sketchy Apes. There's nothing sketchy about them. I'm one of them. We're going to have an amazing show. It is NFT Fridays. It is January 28th. Yep, just checking. 1:04 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And welcome to another episode of Joseph JAFFE is Not Famous, but my next guest is. Now, if you don't like the look of myself, my avatar, well, you know that all you have to do is go and search for Joseph JAFFE is Not Famous wherever podcasts are found. We're part of the Marketing Podcast Network, and you can hear the dulcet tones of two South Africans prating a bit of Afrikaans. That's about as good as I can do. Or I could say dankjewel in Dutch. I'll do one of the two. I'll do whatever works. But as I was saying, there's a lot of good stuff. This is a show about hope, positivity, and optimism. And if there's time left over, a little bit of marketing. This is where we give to you. We give to you. I give to you. That's why when your comments, yes, Paul, van Vierigen, it is Dutch. Well, it's Dutch and Afrikaans. Here is Sylvester Nunes who said, what's up, Joseph and Hashlips? from the SABC fam, which of course does not stand for the South African Broadcasting Corporation. Miss Erin is here and she said, let's go, Sketchy Apes fam. It's just great to see all of you here. And as you talk, I will do my best to make sure that you are up on screen. And we got lots of things to give away right now, especially for all the Sketchy Apes. You see that little QR code? That QR code is live right now all the way through Monday. And I'm giving away a little bit of my cryptocurrency, a bit of JAFFE coin, especially to the Sketchy Apes out there. And of course, to all the regulars of the show. If you subscribe to the show, when you subscribe to the show, when you subscribe and join the Discord, there are amazing things, and none more amazing today than the fact that we are going to be giving away. Thank you to Hashlips. Thank you to all the SABCers out there. We're giving away a Sketchy Ape book club, a Sketchy Ape Comic Club NFT. We're giving away a JAFFE Not Famous Access NFT, and I'm giving away about 10 JAFFE coin. All in all, that is a total value of about $17 million. Yes, you heard that right. Do your own damn research, not financial advice. Everything here is a slight exaggeration, but there is a lot of value being given away, and nothing makes me happier than to be able to give it to you. Emily Mayer says, hello from Colorado, USA, and community host communications for Ted's Retirement Club. That's amazing. And she says, this is amusing. Okay, like funny ha-ha or funny weird. I'll take it. Doc Tukin is here who says, let's go, Sketchy. And Paul, of course, says, hoe gaat het, from the Netherlands as well. We've got a lot of people. In fact, Mark Halsey is here from Down Under. Mark has seen the future. It is Saturday right now in Down Under. Please tell me what happens to crypto. Does it go up? Is there a happy ending to NFT winter? Inquiring minds want to know. But let's get on with the show. A little bit of a sneak peek for you. On Monday, we have Keeson Patel. On Tuesday, Shirley Palmer. On Wednesday, Margaret Malloy. And then on Thursday, the very famous Dr. Fred Moss. And I think, as you know, Fridays are NFT Fridays, of course. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here today, right? So next Friday, Evan Mendoza, he actually is on the roster of the St. Louis Cardinals. He brought out an NFT collection called the Diamond Dogs. That is me on the right in the blue cap, and that is him on the left. And we will be in to talk about his venture. But today, of course, you're here to hear from Hashlips himself. I'm not sure whether Hashlips is the one on the left or one on the right. We will have to find out soon enough. Hello to Jack Diebold or Diebold or Diebold. You got to Diebold. Is there any other way to die than to Diebold? Shouting out to the Sketchy gang. And Stephen Wilson says, interesting, check my company, Imagine and Wonder Children's Amazing Activity and Original Storybooks. As long as you are collaborating with Mr. Hashlips, it's all good. We want to make sure that we all rise together. That is the beautiful, beautiful thing about this new world, this Web3 world we're living in. Nick C says, hello from Boston. He is the owner of SABC number 50. That sounds like a really good number. So you have the hashtag. If you go into my Discord, don't worry. In the giveaway section, you will find out all about this. You don't need to worry. You don't need to FOMO. Right here, as I said, this is about hope, positivity, and optimism. And if there's time left over, a little bit of Hashlips. Just kidding. A lot of Hashlips as well. But as you know, for the regulars, before we get into our guest, I do my seated soliloquy because I'm seated and it's a monologue. We have very, very high-profile writers here on the show, which is why they come up with creative things like seated soliloquies. And this one is always, as you know, inspired by my guest. So this one is called Plunge. And I'm experimenting, actually. By the way, Daniel, who's watching, I don't know who Daniel is, but this guy called Daniel, who's watching in the background, even in this piece of software that I use, which is called StreamYard, there is now audio integration. So before the music you heard is coming from my Rodecaster mixer, from, oh, there it is. This is actually coming from the piece of software as well, and it's called Into Space. So the timer has begun. I decided to call this soliloquy plunge, because sometimes in life you have to take the plunge. Sometimes you have to at point of no return. This is a wonderful moment in time. We can feel it. We can all feel what's happening here. When we say WAGMI, when we say we're all going to make it, we mean it and we believe it as well. But in order to become an entrepreneur, in order to start a startup, in order to put out your own NFT collection into the world, you got to go all in. And all in kind of doesn't mean hedging your bets. It doesn't mean being able to have hustles on the side. It means your side hustle becomes your main hustle. It means that this becomes you, your life. You are defined by it. It defines you. And once you go down that rabbit hole, there's no going back. You're burning the boats. You're burning the bridges. This is not the point of no return. This is the point of infinite possibilities. That's what I feel. And every day I feel a little bit more confident and a little bit more scared. But the scaredness is excitement. It is nervous energy for what is to come. Every morning when so many of us wake up and we say GM, we say good morning. Good morning. Thank you for giving us another day to get it right, to do better than we did the day before. But more importantly, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for a world where, I mean, we know this in this world. Every day is different. There is, the only constant is change. It is a joyous, joyous time. And the beautiful thing about it is we're not going alone. We're not going it alone. We have each other. We have this beautiful, beautiful community. And today, of course, we welcome the Sketchy Ape Book Club, this wonderful community, people that show up, people that support each other. This is the time. This is our time. And now, this is the time to welcome Mr. Hashlips himself, the founder. I don't know why it says Sketch Ape Book Club. We'll have to change that, right? So, yeah, there's nothing sketch about it. That's what I said. So let's bring him onto the show. Are you ready to meet the man behind the myth? Are you ready to find out all about his story? Well, you need to wait just about 3 seconds later as we call him into the studio. Here he is. Daniel, welcome to the show.
Hey Joseph, how's it going? Thanks for having me. It's such an amazing show. I've just been watching you going on, and man, it's cool. I'm enjoying it.
So look at us. I mean, this is the first time two avatars are actually talking to one another.
I'm seeing this. Like, oh, now I get it. So I can't see my face at the moment, right?
No, because it's just avatars on this. We don't actually have human beings. I'm just kidding. There we are.
Oh, there we are. I
Before
was about
and
to say.
after. I actually think I look better as a sketchy ape.
Nah, you look pretty good just like this. Don't be a sketchy ape. These things actually scare me. They're very scary, scary drawings.
So we've got a lot of people coming in. Miss Erin says, let's go, Daniel. And who else hasn't had a chance yet? George Stammers is here. He says, hi there. Tom Gatu says, Hashlips, the legend is coming. The legend is here. Isn't it just great to see all of these amazing, amazing people that are supporting you? But the reality is you're supporting them. They're supporting you. They're supporting each other. It's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's amazing, Joseph. Just seeing everyone now just commenting. Well, thanks, guys. How's it going? Shout out to the Sketchy Apes. Yeah. But it's all a community effort, right? Anything we've done in the space, in the NFT space, I found that you can only go so far alone. And I realized that very quickly when I started off Hashlips. And I must say, being in the Sketchy Ape book club, as you know yourself, it's a family at this stage. You know, it's more than just an NFT collection. It's absolutely connections being built. There's Miss Erin, Geomark, and I saw just now. All these people, it's like family. Like I said, my community, my team members at the moment, they're flying around the world. Some are visiting family members, and we all know about that, and we support each other, you know, through everything. So, good friends, I must say.
I love it. And, you know, today actually is a National Pop Art Day. So I selected this specifically for you because, you know, when we think about art and we think about different expressions of art, how art lives, how art communicates, how art evolves, we are in many respects at the dawn of a new form of art, are we not?
Absolutely, Joseph. I mean, I say this all the time, but doesn't matter. It's not so much the art format, so much as it is the opportunity for artists finally to make a stance and actually, you know, make a living of what they do in this space. Because the NFT space actually gives artists now the right to, I don't know, put themselves out there and being rewarded for what they do and actually getting to do it for a living. As everyone knows, being an artist is a big struggle if you're starting off. But I believe the NFT space is here to change that. And man, aren't we excited?
Oh,
We're here first.
Yeah, I mean, we certainly are. I'm just looking at even more people. There is Giancarlo DeBella that says, thank you, Daniel. And Michael Hesse says, hey, family, greetings from Jimmy. Miss Erin says, yes, we are truly a family. And Fion says, can't agree more. So keep them coming in. You know, when I set out to reinvent the talk show, the magic of this is community. The magic of it is live.
Yeah.
The magic of it is people can see their names on and go, wait a second, that's me. I'm being acknowledged. I'm actually a part of the show as well. And so I will continue to flash you up as often as I possibly can. What a wonderful, wonderful group you are as well. Emily says NFTs are going to connect humanity. And I'll just tell you, you know, and by the way, you asked me earlier, do I go by Joe or Joseph? So I'm going to ask you, do you go by Hashlips or do you go by Daniel for the purposes of this interview?
Well, let's leave it at Hashlips, but Daniel mostly, and Afrikaans, jy weet, Donnie.
Donnie, as jy Donnie.
Donnie.
All right.
Yeah, my nickname is Donnie on high school, but then my actual name is Daniel, and then now Hashlips. So
all right,
I guess we'll
Hashlips.
stick with Hashlips.
We will stay with Hashlips. Steve Garfield is here from my team. He says hi from a fan and a friend of Joseph. So wonderful to have everyone here. Now, for those of you that think you know Daniel, I mean, do you really, really know Daniel? Do you really know the real Donnie? Do you really know the real Hashlips? Did you know that sketchy apes are, in fact, very, very afraid of one other animal? And of course, we are talking about sharks. Hashlips, I've got to say, you know, you were brave. Was this the actual incident in Sharknado when you finally conquered your fear of sharks? Is this actually making you anxious right now?
No, no, not really. It actually makes me more scared myself there with that huge chainsaw and the shark. But yeah, I have a big fear of sharks. I don't have a fear, but I have a intriguing fascination with them. I find myself at night watching TikTok videos of sharks most of the time. That's about it. That's all I do. And then apart from coding and all these things, I find them magnificent animals, but scary to say the least. I won't get into the water with them.
You would never, I mean, certainly you wouldn't go into the water, but would you go cage diving or whatever they call it?
Yeah, I would go cage diving. It's just I'm scared to death of them. That doesn't mean I won't attempt something. So I do swim in the ocean and so on, only to a certain depth, which is ankle depth. But apart from that, I'm cautious around sharks. I don't know what their intentions are. Apparently, they're very friendly and they have no bad intentions, but that's not what Jaws told me.
Yeah, and by the way, Steve Garfield asks, sharks are recording TikTok videos. So, he may have, you never know. I mean, we're finding out things all the time. Now, we have actually some really great comments coming in. George says, this is only the beginning of NFTs. We're all in early. Even though the boom of NFTs has been around for a couple of years, congratulations to all who hold now. And you can see who he is on Discord. And Emily adds, NFTs are going to be a way for the autistic community to feel like they're able to provide to society without having to feel just like a burden to society. I would love to hear more about that point of view. That's a very interesting point of view, Emily. Perhaps you can share exactly why and how, but anything that can help people come together and level the playing field is just a beautiful, beautiful thing. Now, Hashlips, something else about you is, I mean, what aren't you doing? You're creating, you are writing comic books, you're birthing NFT collections, you're hand drawing all this beautiful generative art, and you're an author as well. I mean, is there anything you can't do? So I don't know how many people know this about you, but you wrote and published a book called I.U.me.
Yeah, I can't believe you found that book or the cover.
Is it an
But yeah,
NFT? I'll buy it.
it's not an NFT. No, it's actually something that no one should read because it's very, you know, it goes into the imagination where no place you should really go. But I think I don't know. Yeah, there it is. I haven't seen it in a while, but
Well,
yeah, that was a
you realize
collaboration piece.
you realize everyone will go buy it now that you've told us not to read it.
No, seriously, don't read it. It's good. It's a good book, but it's naughty. I
Oh,
don't
all
know if
right.
I'm
Well,
allowed to say it on this channel.
you can. This is
Okay.
this is not South African Broadcasting Corporation, by the way, and
Yeah.
and and this is just for you. If it were South African Broadcasting Corporation, if I turned around and I said, "Yo," or I said "heck," or any of the swear words, or oh, I can't believe I'm about to do this, "Yo, massa," anything like that, hopefully the censors would have actually been able to take that out. So let's just hope that it
Wow.
works.
That's crazy. You actually set it up so it takes it out on Afrikaans words.
Yeah, exactly. Afrikaans words. If it was Xhosa or Zulu, it would be fine. But
It'll be
so
fine.
all right. So I wanted to do something as well when we're going to get in and talk about your origin story and how you came to this day. But one of the things that I wanted to do is it's something that I tried last time, and I figured, you know what, it's not a bad thing. It pushes me into my comfort zone. It is something that certainly could fail, and there are many ways that it could fail. One of the most obvious ways that it could fail is depending on gas fees, right? So let's see what happens if I do this. So now my question to you is, what do you see on the screen right now?
I see Joseph is not famous all over the place. Oh, there I see. I see the sketchy page, Ape. Yeah, the link
Right.
page
So
for the
there
sketchy apes.
as Fanzo would say, this is a slow burn. It's not if, it's when it sells out, but you will be one closer to selling out because we're about to mint. I'm about to mint my second one live on air. And
What? I think we need to hear this for Joseph, guys, in the comments. I can't see the comments, by the way, but I do see you guys are in the chat, so please let him know.
yeah, so I am absolutely going to mint it live on air, and I don't even mind the fact I've just got to check that MetaMask is up and running. There it is, and so I got to just make sure that it works. Oh, you know what? I see. All right. So I will mint it live. I don't know why it's not happening right now, but I don't care. And what I will do is I will show you and I will prove that it was done live after we hear from Fanzo, who of course is our correspondent, and that will give me an opportunity to just do what I have to do. So let's go to Fanzo and see what he has to say.
What's up, my friends? Brian Fanzo, iSocial Fans here. And when we think about Web3 and the future and really where all of this is going, we have to actually think beyond, Web 2 mindset. I think a lot of our limitations and the things that are inhibiting us is trying to take Web 2 into Web 3 rather than using Web 3 to solve or reimagine how we solve problems in Web 2. And part of that is when you think of non-fungible tokens or NFTs, it can be about what they unlock, the power that they actually enable for us to connect around the world, let's say from South Africa to the United States or Australia, New Zealand to the UK. And I think a lot of that comes down to this idea of where can we, connect, find serendipity, and then ultimately, what are the problems we can solve by bringing people together, but maybe even providing a little love and hope, but also unlocking possibilities that we never really would have even imagined or considered. And so when we think about non-fungible tokens, it's easy to get lost in the art or the vanity or get concerned about the cryptocurrency aspect about it. But what if we switch that mindset and we realized that by simply unlocking the ability to connect with people around the world that maybe you have a common purpose with, or you share a passion for something, what then can we make possible? What then can we extend forward? And I'm a big believer in social good and of course, investing in your mental health and making your mental health a priority. And imagine if just the fact that you bought a JPEG that unlocked the ability for you to connect with people that were like you, that understood you, that were your people. Imagine what that could do for us as humans, for us to relate, for us to grow, and even for us to push boundaries. So from snowy Virginia here, as I'm out on the road, I hope you guys have a great day. And remember, it's about reimagining that mindset and hopefully even instilling some love and hope. Cheers.
So I'm such an idiot because basically what I was doing is trying to. This is what happens when you have such a low budget. Is that I was clicking on the wrong button. So everyone's going, let's go, and I'm clicking on the connected button instead of the mint button. So here it is. It looks like gas right now is $81, and I don't care. And I'm hitting the confirm button. And it is going through as we speak. And so I'm going to let it do that. And then we'll go to OpenSea and see what I minted. How about that?
That is awesome, Joseph. That is pure awesomeness.
So there you go. And Miss Erin says, I need to read that book. So just going back to it as well. I'm not going to let you live that one down. And said, drum roll, please, in order to... Let's go, do the mint, don't shy away,
Let's go,
do
guys.
it for the family. Mint time is always a good time, etc., etc. I can't even keep up with you. But Hashlips, I would love to hear your origin story. And I mean, you're an amazing artist. You have art in the Pretoria Museum. Let's hear your story as an artist. and you know how you discovered. I'm going to ask you two questions. First question is, I want to know the origin of the name Hashlips, and the second is how you came to discover this insane world, this amazing world of Web3, and then took the plunge to create your own collection.
Awesome, Joseph. No, that's fine. That's perfect. That's two valid questions. You know, where did I come up with Hashlips? Well, to be honest, it's a quite ringy name by now. But when I started off, you know, I didn't know what to call my project. This was when I already was in the NFT space, laying next to my girlfriend in bed. She was on her phone. And I said, hey, baby, I'm going to make some hash lips. It sounds cool. Hash for hashing algorithms, and then lips because I'm pretty sure no one has done that. And then I made that happen. And just it was really just on a spur of a moment choice of a name. Little did I know at that time that the NFT world is full of people liking the first part of my name very much. So they kind of sometimes confuse me with some other stuff. But anyway, the hash part in Hashlips is for algorithms, guys, for those of you who want to know. But that's how it came about. We were simply laying there just thinking of a fun name, and I had to think of something algorithmic as well as fun, you know, the collection lips.
All right,
And
so
then, yeah.
Hashlips was actually born for this NFT, you know, for the whole, you know, this move to Web3. It wasn't, you know, like a nickname or even just an artist name, a pseudonym, you know, maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
No, that's actually a very good point, Joseph. Actually, Hashlips was the collection name. There's these original Hashlips, and they just purely lips, and they used the original art engine that I wrote to produce 10,000 of them. Little did I know that time that uploading them manually on the blockchain, and we'll get to that part, was very bad, right? So that was just the collection's name, and I decided then to, you know, just adopt the name as a brand as a whole, you know, calling the YouTube channel Hashlips as well as a Twitter and so on. Because at the end of the day, the Hashlips collection, you know, didn't do that well back then. We did have some key partnerships, but at the end of the day, Hashlips became more of a stage name. Even though I was doxxed right from the start, I was always doxxed. So it wasn't like I'm hiding behind the name at all.
I want to ask you a little follow-up for that. But first of all, for those people that want to win an SABC, an SACC, a not famous access pass, 10 JAFFE coin, you're waiting for a magic word, and you're going to take that magic word along. Hopefully you've subscribed to this show on YouTube, and you're going to paste your YouTube username with the magic word, which is lekker.
Lekker, yeah?
Do you want to tell people what lekker means?
Oh, lekker. It means lekker. It means nice. It means nice, but it means more than nice. I think lekker in Afrikaans is such a diverse word, because you can say something is lekker, or something is looks lekker, or something you know, I don't know. You can just say a lot of lekkers in a sentence, and people understand. But yeah, that's the word, lekker. So now you've learned a new word, right? On,
Exactly. Well, goed,
show.
you know, goed in Dutch, goed or Afrikaans, goed is good, but lekker is when there's life in there, when there's joy, when there's passion. You know,
Absolutely.
Sketchy Ape Book Club is not goed, it's lekker.
It's lekker. It's the most lekker that you can get. That's
All right,
very
so
bad English Afrikaans, by the way.
no, listen, it's fine. We sometimes talk with pictures. We don't have to always talk with words. And one more thing, which is I see looking at the comments, Michael incorrectly said, "Welcome to the family." I was already part of the family, but now I have a second one, and I'm going to show you who I just minted right now. I just minted number 6862. I love doing it live on air. Here on my, looks like I've got the lips.
The lips are there.
I've got the lips. I can see my properties. And I'm happy. I have two. You know, one of the things that's so awesome about doing this now is that I have one that I can pay it forward, one that I can actually give away. So it's just a beautiful thing to be able to do, to support someone else and it's like it's so funny, all these people that say, oh, it's just like I can just right click it and I can just and it's just a JPEG. It's not. This is a token of support, of validation. This is me saying I appreciate you, and I can play a small role to build something that can be so much bigger than any single member of this club, including the artist, because we, as Fanzo would say, is greater than me.
Absolutely. Everyone together is better than one, right? And that's the thing. And Joseph, you just minting now a second one, absolutely great NFT that. And people need to understand that by right clicking, downloading an image is not the same at all as just being a part of the contract. It's on the Ethereum network. People need to understand that this is going to be living there forever. The blockchain is very, very big, and it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, there's something very final about that, about this idea of living forever. Well, I tell you, the name Hashlips is going to live forever, and your story will live forever. I always try and find a quote for my guest, and really, you saw Plunge, the soliloquy, the story of quitting your job. This was the quote that I found for you. It said, oh, I just love this quote. I got goosebumps now. It's actually from Tim Ferriss from the 4-Hour Work Week. He said most people would choose unhappiness over uncertainty. It actually makes me feel a little emotional as well, that people will choose to be unhappy in a day job, in a 9 to 5, in the security and the stability and the predictability of a check over uncertainty, which is the world that you and I live in, where every day is a new adventure. And of course, I want to hear what you have to say about this. I want to hear about your plunge, about actually quitting your day job. I don't know what your day job was, but I want you to share that part of the story. And of course, the message to us is we don't have to live in a world that is unhappy or uncertain. We can actually find both. But certainly, if we have the choice of unhappiness or uncertainty, let's pick happiness and uncertainty over unhappiness and certainty. So what do you think about the quote? And let's hear, that moment when you decided to quit your day job and do this full time.
That's an amazing question, Joseph. So just on the down low, I haven't quit my job yet. I have quit, I've resigned, but I am working my last calendar month. But
all right,
anyway,
so you're dipping your toes in the water. You haven't plunged head first, right?
I've plunged. I'm just working my last calendar month. So as the contract states,
wow,
usually
amazing.
You have to work.
And that's
your last
amazing.
month.
I mean, that you're gonna get applause as well.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll even give you one more thing, my friend, which is you'll get the ceremonial air horn.
Hey,
but here we are.
Famous.
Here we are talking to someone who's actually in the process of never looking back again. So let's hear that story.
Absolutely, and that you hit the nail on the head. How would they say, Joseph? It's plunging headfirst. Is what you do, and you love doing this, and you're great at doing this. And the fact that you can do this full time, like you say, there's not a paycheck waiting for you at the end of the month. I realized that next month there's no paycheck for me anymore, right? But guess what? I'm living. I'm going to sit here with Hashlips behind me. That sign my girlfriend made for me. She's believing me on YouTube. The community is believing in me to take them forward into the Web3 space, always doing, the best I can to teach people about 3D, not 3D, thinking about the 3D printer next to me, Web3 and contract development. And that's something I'm always going to strive for, doing the best that I can, right? But when I made that decision, I realized that I cannot do this with a full-time job, because even though the full-time job isn't necessarily bad, I absolutely love the job that I used to do. And I, by the way, as a full-time app developer, so front-end web app developer, and leading a nice team, at my company. And I'm absolutely in love with my job there as well. But I realized if I want to follow a passion, And this is something, Joseph, I think you can relate to, is you cannot follow a passion with a day job, because it just wears you down. It takes your attention away from what you truly want in life, and that is to, become the artist, become the pianist if you like music, or become, everyone has their dreams. And here I am, with my Hashlips YouTube channel, teaching people. And as soon as I enter that first day, which is the 1st of March, I believe, I'm going to make a video about me quitting my job officially and how it feels. Starting my second channel, which is going to be called Hashlips is Real, where I'll be having vlogs. It's going to be insane, though. we'll see what I get up to.
It's unbelievable, and I have. If you want to subscribe, by the way, you've got. I need to take some notes from you, because you have many more subscribers than I do. So I need to. Will you be my mentor? But I've subscribed today, as you can see. That is my screenshot, and you can subscribe to Hashlips YouTube channel as well. Just search for, or go to Hashlips NFT on the YouTube. So both of us, we're YouTubers, we're Web3ers. But you said something to me, I thought very telling, which is you weren't knocking the day job, right? You weren't knocking the full-time job, but you were saying, but you can't follow your passion. You can't be all in on your passion with a day job. And I think there's a huge discrepancy. I will tell you that I say to, many of my clients have been big corporate brands and executives, and I say to them, don't lose your talent to the passion, right? Try and figure out a way for them to coexist. Give them the ability to do both, so you don't lose them. But now, after listening to you, I'm almost wondering, you're going to lose them. You're going to lose them anyway. You may as well just part as friends, because it just doesn't work.
No, absolutely. And actually, talking to my company, I can't reveal too much on that, but they're very welcoming, and also considering my dream that I explained to them, understood the process, and they handled it with such care. And actually, the whole process for me has been sad, because you're leaving a job and a team that you've been a part of for 2.5 years. But that being said, I'm entering into a world which will be my world as I know it, and I'm making it myself. I'm making my own road, right? I'm carving the path. I'm writing everything in stone that I want to write in stone. And Joseph, you're 100% right. If there's people out there listening, and you have a passion that you want to follow, make sure that you give time to that passion. We don't live long on this earth, and if that time is spent, doing something that you absolutely hate every day, and like I said, I don't hate my job, but if it's something that you spend and you do hate it, that makes it even worse, right? Change it a bit up, and trust yourself and take that leap. You'll be amazed at what you can achieve, because sometimes when you take that leap, you realize there's nothing to do but make a success of what you want to do. And sometimes, most of the times, right, you do make a success, because you're pushed into a situation where you feel like you have to make this work. And as long as your work, or let me just add this, as long as your passion never becomes your work again, that to me is very important. A passion can look like a work, but it should be fun, and it should always stay fun. Because as soon as that fun starts into a job, it starts tainting it a bit. And people also just need to consider, always being careful about that too.
Man, I'm taking I'm taking notes here. This is like a masterclass. Preach it, because
preach it, eh?
But it's so true. Which is, the minute that it feels like a burden, the minute that it feels like a grind, the minute that you don't want to spring out of bed. That's what I was saying in the soliloquy. The idea about GM. It's like the last 2 mornings I've attended coffee in Discord at 5 a.m. I must be mad. I mean, it's practically it's probably the same time it is in South Africa right now, in my mind, in my body clock, because I've been up so early. But the minute that it actually feels like heavy lifting, that's when guess what? Go get a job again or do something else. I mean, that's the money shot delivered there, Hashlips. Absolutely
Joseph,
loved it.
you're right. Can I just say, like, but people are going to feel that when you follow your passion. I'm sure you have it as well. You get some days, you get up and you think, I have to push this through today because this is, this is a long day and it's something that you have to do as well. Those days are going to come. But then I want everyone to out there to think about this, right? And think about it hard. If you're following your passion and you ever have a day like this, just realize that you are living your dream. Doesn't matter what that dream is, but you are busy living it, and you're living it to the fullest of your ability. So if those doubt days come, stick with it, and push it through, and do what you need to do to get through that day. To be awesome, and always be awesome, guys. Like I said, life's too short not to be great, and greatness comes in different levels, and the smallest of actions can achieve big things at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, amen to that as well. By the way, looking at the comments, and it's so great because people are always, people are learning all the time. I always say this, Hashlips, which is just people keep going, am I too late? Am I too late? Am I too late? It's like, no, we're just beginning as well. So Stevie said, he said, what does 0.08 to mint mean? And he asked, he said like how much did it cost you? So I went and checked, and I can tell you that it cost me 0.099 ETH, or $244. Gas actually ended up being about $45. So damn it, this show is costing me. I'm meant to be making money from the show,
It's
not
costing you
spending.
more than it's making. Joseph, what's happening here?
I'm such a bad businessman. What am I doing here? But yeah, that's exactly the mechanics and the math as well. And I'm not done spending, because now I got to go out and buy merch. What are you doing to me? I'm wearing a ZA shirt to show my solidarity, but now I've got to go out and buy some merch. Can I get merch with my own?
Joseph, how about this? How about this? We can make you some merch, but you know what? You've been such an awesome host, and like the process that you actually involved me in tonight, I really appreciate it. I know you missed out. You told me that you missed out, right, on the Sketchy Ape Comic Club. So I'll do you a solid one. I'll send you one right now. I don't know how I'm gonna get your wallet address. If you can send it to me, I'm gonna send it to you, and you can view it live. Let's do that. How about that? This is a spontaneous show. So
you know what? You just out spontaneous me, if that's even a thing. So wow, that is amazing. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put my wallet address into the private chat. You have my wallet address now. Isn't it just crazy what's actually happening here? It's just amazing. And I'm telling you, like, I am going to start giving you free sponsorship on the show, because I am going to be wearing my merch in the future. So we just keep continuing. It's like a pay it forward game of ping pong. It's a pay it forward ping pong or tennis game. But hold on, let's make it a little bit sobering for a second, because here's the thing. Look, this show is about hope, positivity, and optimism. And if there's time left over, a little bit of marketing. Let's also make the background a nice, beautiful. Look how colorful that background is. But there is an enemy amongst us. There is a virus amongst us, and it is known as FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And I know one of the things, Hashlips, that you do not like, you despise, is, I call it, bring in the noise, bring in the FUD. Talk to us about FUD. Talk to us about this phenomenon, and how we can, win over, how we can defeat the FUD.
All right. I mean, that's a very difficult question. If I knew the answer, Joseph, there would be no FUD. But it's very true. I do not like people. It's called FUD. The first time I ever heard about this was back in the days when I was in the Binance Smart Chain. I was there. I was delving around with some tokens and, and making some cool investments and finding myself in these groups. And people would say, FUD, FUD, FUD. And I realized what was happening is that certain individuals would come onto a community and just spreading negativity without even knowing about the project, or even doing the due diligence of finding out more, but just going and blatantly, how do you say this, blatantly just bash a project. That's what FUD is, right? Or sneakingly making suggestions that really changes a community's mind on an opinion that a team has, right? And that's kind of what FUD is. It's kind of someone introducing these ideas, these ideologies that is very subliminal sometimes, or very straightforward. But at the end of the day, it impacts the project. It impacts the community. It makes the community feel uncertain about a project. Now, the reason why I hate FUD in the first place is because, as people know me, I'm open with everything. And even in our communities, people have come on our projects and said, well, this project's a scam. And I'm thinking, well, where are you getting your information from, sir? But anyway, then you ask the person, have you read the project? Have you been inside the project? Do you know who the team is? No. And at the end of the day, to me, that's someone who does not know the amount of work that has gone into something like the Sketchy Ape Book Club, the Sketchy Ape Comic Club. It could be anything. FUD can be just someone talking someone down. For instance, Joseph, if you have your show, someone on the internet might say, this show is cool, but this. That's FUD. That's creating these, untrue things about your product. And that's stuff that any product owner would not like. Now, sometimes FUD is created for the right reasons. I don't hate it to that extent, because some projects are scamish. Some projects deserves to be taken down immediately. So in general sense, I don't hate FUD, but I hate people who cause people to get scammed, space, because I'm one of the people who want to actually change the space for the better. Inform people on how to do smart contracts and be smart about your decisions on the blockchain. And that's why. But they're going to always be there. Just one warning. If I ever see someone FUD, and I'm not a lot on the channels, but if I ever see it, I immediately ban that person. Even if they own some of the project stuff or not. It's not about being an owner. You have the right to just, blatantly go out there and down talk the project. Because that means you're not truly a community member. You have an NFT, but you're not a true community member. You're not a part of us, really. And that's the kind of stuff that we don't allow at Sketchy Ape. But that being said, that's FUD for you, Joseph.
I love it. And,
I sounded like a FUD person right now. That's
sometimes you have to tell someone to FUD off. You know what I mean? So...
That's true.
We have a built-in laugh track, my friend. So I never have to feel that a joke, doesn't land, and we end up with the crickets. So don't worry about that. But listen. Fundamentally, you said a few very, very key things, right? One is you ban. That is this idea, and it comes through in marketing, which is fire your customer. Not everyone can be your customer, but the real enemy within FUD is doubt, because all it takes is a seed. All it takes is just one little bit of uncertainty, right? That leads to the fear, and it all just comes. Yeah. And I had Jeremy Posver from Expansion Punks on last week, and I came up with this term. I call it doxing the heart. So like so when you show up as the founder. But more importantly, when your community shows up, and already someone was responding to Steve in the comments, they didn't need me to explain what 0.08 meant. They were already, taking the mantle, and that's how you eliminate FUD. You eliminate FUD through HPO, which I call hope, positivity, and optimism, and quite frankly, which I think is so important. It is why I've started these NFT Fridays. because you cannot present. I don't care. Board a yacht club. You are not welcome on the show if you are not going to show me your face, right? If you're not going to show me your true self, right? If this is not going to work. That's not going to work. At the end of the day,
yeah. Okay, I thought that's gonna go on longer.
well, it can. Which one do you want? That one or that one?
No, that's fine. I was dancing in the background.
You want to do it? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Mhm. So, Joseph, you're right. You know what? It's doubt, but the reason why I stop it immediately is, and look, I'm a guy that always tries and sorts stuff out. People knowing me in this space, I'm never in a negative mood. I always am in a positive mood, and because life is amazing, guys. Life is amazing. Everything is good. I always have that mindset. But most importantly, I always try and change someone's mind who has a different opinion on a project, because everyone is rightfully, they have a right to feel a certain way about a project up until the point where it becomes bad for the whole community. So it's not I want to stop someone fudding because I don't like it. It's I want to stop someone fudding because they're going to impact everyone in this community. And that's why you will see when someone comes into a community, a strong community like ours, and they start talking just nonsense, you'll see the community stand up, and like you just mentioned, they comment and they act out. At least we all respect each other in our Sketchy Ape family, so they act out in a good way. They try and also be persuasive up until a point, and then they ask to please have the person out of this community.
Well, we've got Roger's Light Show. We've got Mr. Vitz who said that he came into this project because of your leadership and your passion, and it's just wonderful to see everyone here. I want to make sure in the few moments we have left, first of all, to all the community, to I don't even want to say your community, because I'm part of that community too, and proud to be. I hope that we continue to see each other. I hope you do subscribe to the show, not just to be able to win unbelievable NFTs, but because of these kinds of conversations. It really it feels empowering for me and to me to be able to celebrate communities and collections and artists and founders like yourself. But what I would love to do in the time we have is give us a sense. First of all, I mean, we've just had such an amazing conversation, as I knew we would, that I don't even know that we've even done the elevator pitch for SABC, the nuance of this being drawn, the books that you're creating. I want to give you a few minutes to tell us about SABC, SACC. Tell us about the project and where it's heading, what's next, what the roadmap looks like. And while you're doing this, I am going to say to people out there, do yourselves a favor and join in. First of all, you don't have to buy an NFT, but it is one of those situations here where, the slow burn projects will sell out. And when they do, not financial advice, you're going to wish you had. So I'm going to make sure that you know that all you have to do is head over to SABC Mint and get in on the action. So tell us about the project, where it was, where it is, where it's heading.
Awesome. Thanks, Joseph. So firstly, I just want to say to the community, look, I can't see anyone typing, but because we just have a little private chat. But guys, please follow Joseph. He's been such an amazing host, and you guys don't understand the level of support he gives you before you even get on the show. And that's for anyone ever who's going to be on the show. So I just want to say, guys, please go and follow Joseph. He's a good community member, but not only that, he's an awesome human being as well.
Thank you so much.
And you're doing your passion, Joseph, which I absolutely appreciate. So getting to the Sketchy Ape Book Club collection. Now, this is an interesting story. I wanted to have one collection of my own. I am an artist. I don't have examples of my work because I can't hang pictures on the studio yet. But I'm an artist, a full-time artist. Have been for about 3 years before I started coding and doing development. And it occurred to me that I'm teaching about everyone to get their NFT collections on the blockchain, yet I'm doing little bits and pieces of collections, yes, but I'm not homing in on my own project. So I decided to hand draw each and every attribute for the Sketchy Ape Book Club collection, scan them in with this scanner, this printer next to me. I don't know if you want to see, but there it is. There it is. There's my
Wow.
little scanner, right? And so there's the scanner. This is the process I work with. I draw, scan it in, gets to the computer, and I sit and fill in the gaps. Then I take it to an art engine that I've personally written the code for. It's a project that we develop on the Hashlips YouTube channel, and you guys can go and check it out, try it out yourselves as well. This year we're going to expand on that. But essentially, I used my own code that I've written for helping other people, drawing my own drawings and putting it all together. And at the end of the day, this is how our collection started. And I saw someone just got like a new Sketchy Ape, like welcome to the fam. You can see people are so excited to be in this fam. And it's really, really cool. But the SACC, which is the Sketchy Ape Comic Club, was actually a concept that I started drawing a little bit before the Sketchy Ape Book Club, which are smaller versions of these apes. And we recently released them, I think yesterday. It was about 24 hours ago, but they all sold out. They sold out in about 12 hours from launch date, where we just gave them for free to the Sketchy Ape holders. Now, holders could mint as many as they wanted to. They just needed to be on time because we implemented a new smart contract that cost very little gas. I believe that the mint price for 3 of them was $30 that I could get it at. So it's about $10 that I paid for mint. Sometimes it was more depending on the gas. Gas fluctuates up and down. So that's the mint. But let's get to the project quickly. So the project is about writing a book together, writing a novel as a community for the very first time in the NFT space, to produce something that we can publish as a community together. Now, it is a daunting challenge. Trust me, we have bookkeepers now, and we've got some structures in place. And the marketing team, along with the top team members, they're managing this with community members to make this happen. And we actually, believe it or not, have actually written 2 full chapters of this book together with almost, I believe, over 20 authors, 20 different authors. Now imagine, Joseph, how much effort it takes to write a book. I mean, you've written, you said, over 5 books yourself. Imagine writing those 5 with 20 people who have input in the books. Now, we're going to try and do this with the whole community. So if you're a part of the Sketchy Ape Book Club tonight, go to the narrative section and go and read chapter 2 so you can take part in chapter 3, which is going to kick off soon. And that's it. Our community is based on collaboration, writing books together, and forming a family. And then lastly, it's about creativity. So the bigger vision is to be open with everyone, with people like yourself. You have a talk show host, Joseph, and by meeting you through this collection, we got to, organize this, for example.
It's amazing.
So many people in there, they get to know each other, and they can maybe write some music together, write other books together, find people who want to do content. You never know. But at the end of the day, it's a collaborative space, and we're going to grow it. We already have workshop sessions. I'm going to be doing workshop sessions in there. So it's just a very fun community to be a part of. We're not worried about the flaws the whole time and the rarities the whole time. We're more worried about, what did the other one have for breakfast, if I can put it like that. That's for us more important, because it's a real community.
The only thing we need a floor for is to dance on it and to dance together. This has been guest number 323 since the world went a little cuckoo. And without question, my best guest yet. Hashlips, the founder of the Sketchy Ape Book Club, this amazing, I don't even think it's fair to call it an NFT, or an NFT project, because I was looking at the comments, and I just want to leave you today with 2 comments that I think really just summarize and epitomize the joy. Emily says the NFTs are extra. The community is what makes you stay. The irony, of course, is here we are, we buy into it by buying an NFT, and then we realize at the end of the day that the the least valuable part is the NFT. The most valuable part is the community. And Payne Industries says the value is already established before I even minted. More than learning how to create an NFT project, Hashlips is giving us the tools to create for the next 10 years smart contracts specifically. So wonderful. I will see everyone. My days, I do 5 shows a week. I'm running around, but I will try and pop in from time to time and spend more time so that I don't miss out again. You know, I don't want FOMO. I can live with FOMO, but I don't want, you know, I don't want SCOMO, which is sketchy or whatever, sketchy fear. I don't even know what the hell it's called.
By the way, Joseph, you have a comic book ape, by the way, right now. I've already sent it.
Oh, I can't. I mean, you know what? The show is basically we're you know, the beautiful thing about being a talk show host in the streaming era is there's no advertisers that are telling you when to take a break. There's no producer as well. So I'm going to see if it's on OpenSea yet. If it is, I'll show it. But I don't. Oh wait, there it is. Hold on a second. So you know what? In the spirit of being agile, let me show it.
Yeah, in the spirit of the yellow, I see Batman cup back there.
There's there are a lot
yellow
of
background one.
There are a lot of things there. Now I just got to find out exactly. I think here it is. No, that's kind of, wait, I clicked on the wrong thing. You can see this as well. There it is. Well, thank you.
Are we supposed to see it, Joseph?
You know what? It would be nice.
I think that would be like I forgot how it looks like. There we go. Yeah, it's that one. Hope you enjoy it. Welcome to the Comic Book Club.
Well, listen, you one-upped what I did last week, which was basically minting live. We did 2 things that probably have never been done ever on a talk show. And so we've set a little bit more precedent here today. I want to just say again to all this wonderful, you just saw it, Miss Erin, wonderful community. Thank you for supporting Hashlips. Thank you for supporting the show. But most importantly, thank you for supporting each other. And I leave you in the capable hands of Chuck Norris, who had this to say about all of the sketchy apes out there.
You are Chuck Norris approved.
And I will see you guys on Monday. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching the show about hope, positivity, optimism, and if there's time left over, a little bit of marketing with your host, multiple author, and global keynote speaker, Joseph Jaffe. If you like the show, tell a friend or 2. Please subscribe to the show. And if you want to get inside news, previews of upcoming guests, and much more, visit josephjaffe.com/subscribe to sign up for the show's newsletter.
And despite the best ministrations of your wife, you still look ugly.